All right, Shalom. Kol lo Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem L'Chahakodash. Double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone who do teach and rule well, tell us it's 100% truth. Peace, love, and salutations unto the house of David, the hopeful elect. You Akim out there pushing his word in truth and sincerity. To those of you likened unto the speckled birds scattered to the four corners, speaking in different tongues. Unto you we say Shalom. This is based off a dream, a vision I had. I want to say last night or the night before, but basically it was Jacob's trouble, and I don't remember how I got there with the brothers from DC, and I specifically remember the brother Zebulon Warrior because he's someone I'm acquainted with, that I've spoken with, I know of the brother, we've had communication, but basically it was all hell breaking loose. And in the midst of all hell breaking loose, this is exactly what occurred. The spirit jumped onto that brother and he started going full, like full pray, like he was reciting prayers and curses and blessings of peace and protect, like just it was like back to back. Like if I could explain it, you know how like when Spanish speaking, I'm from the tribe of Ephraim, so this is the only way I could explain it best. When you hear a fluent so-called Spanish, and they just be blah, 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 like that's how he was, but you can hear every single word. Like it was just plain. It was beautiful. Like I'm like, and I was so captivated, and the spirit jumped on him so quick that he's the one that led it. He said, "No, brothers, we gotta start praying right now in the Hebrew," and then boom. He went straight into it, bro. Like it was like nothing I've ever seen. Nothing I've ever seen. It was so beautiful. But what's crazy was the brothers, I don't know, I know I was in the midst of the DC brothers. I don't know how I got there. But it was a brother directly in front of me who was taller than the brother. And there was other brothers to the right, but I couldn't see them. I could only see the brother in front of me. And I could see the brother Zebulon Warrior directly to the front of me as well, like at an angle. So like I'm like standing, facing the left, if you will. And it's a brother that's right there. And then like partially to the left of me, but then the bro Zebulon Warrior is right there in front, like kind of, it's like a triangle, right? And the crazy thing was, as soon as it's like I was there in spirit. As soon as the bro Zebulon Warrior started going into those prayers and just back to back to back, just straight, just like othering it, like the other brother started doing it at the same time, bro. At the same time, he started doing it, bro. He said, so Zebulon, the bro Zebulon Warrior, he was like, "Nah, bro, right now we gotta start doing these prayers." And then boom, he broke right out into like bro, it was so fast, but like it was spiritual, bro. It was so spiritual, and the brother right in front of me started doing it with him at the same time. Like he lived like right on cue, but he didn't know when Zebulon Warrior was gonna start. It was just like boom. As soon as the brother started, he kept shaking, like not shaking his hands, but like every single time he would utter a prayer, you know how we do when we say Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh, we lift our hand, boom, do that kind of like handshake. Every single time he was, he hitting a prayer, boom, he like the mannerisms and all that. And everybody in that room I perceive was also doing. I just know that visually I can only see the bro Zebulon Warrior and that other brother that was next to him who was a little bit taller, than him. But and it was crazy because now that I look back, I know bros don't have, when Jacob's trouble is going on, you're not gonna have your garment on, right? But I know that he had his garment on. I saw it plain. I saw it plain. I saw it plain, bro, and it reminded me of Second Esdras. Second Esdras chapter 2, verse 44. So I asked the angel and said, "Sir, what are these?" All right. He answered, matter of fact, I have to start up. Second Ezra chapter 2, verse 42. I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. All right, the harpers harping, and we're doing that with this truth. All right, but we're going to even magnify, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai even more, man. And in the midst of them was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, "Sir, what are these?" He answered and said unto me, "These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Now are they crowned palms." And I remember specifically, I'm looking at this brother, and he had a headpiece on. He had a garment on. He had what looked like not like fur, but like some form of the garment. Like he was going in, man. Like man, it was beautiful, man. Let me just get the point, man. Acts chapter 2, verse 1, because that's one area, I haven't been always, how can we, brothers ain't always as fluent, in certain areas. One of those is the Hebrew, man. But when I saw it, like, I knew the spirit was on him. And then when the other brother did it at the same time, and all hell was breaking loose, but just that little area is like a little circle, or like the little room, like the upper room. That's spiritual, bro. Like, I don't know how to better articulate it than the way that I have, man. The spirit jumped on that brother. He automatically knew in the midst of all head. He was like, "No, bros, we got to do." It seemed like maybe it was a council going on, because it was like, as soon as I got there, all I heard, as soon as I appeared in the dream, if you will, that was all I heard. "No, brothers, we got to start throwing up these prayers and blah, 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 shalak," and then boom. Like he went into, like he said so many beautiful things that I can't utter. I can hear it like in my head, but I can't say it, if that makes sense. I don't know how else to say it, man. Oh, bro. Hey, Lord's will, man. Brother, if you see this, man, hey, we in them times, man. Acts chapter 2, verse 1. And when the day of Pentecost was fully come, they were all with one accord in one place. And it was just spiritual, because, spiritually, I was there. They didn't see me. They didn't greet me. It wasn't none of that. It's just, I was there. And then he said, "Nah, brothers, what we got?" And then boom, it was just straight into it. So it's very spiritual, because guess what? All right, we're all in one accord, and we're all in one place spiritually. We're not always going to be there physically, man. All right, we're on one accord and in one place spiritually, starting with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And suddenly there came a sound from heaven as of a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting. And there appeared unto them cloven tongues like as of fire, and it sat upon each of them. And this is exactly what I think about when it occurred. Like literally, like the brother now that Salakia, I'm just trying to gather myself, because now that I look back and just try to, gather as much details, like you could just, I knew exactly what was going on. And the only thing that I could do, because I couldn't catch up. Like it's not like I was spiritually there, but I wasn't like in I don't know how to explain it, but it was so beautiful, because I was getting to see it happen. And there was another portion of the dream that doesn't apply. But it was like the bro was going in, man. Then the other brother went in, and then it just sounded like it just sounded like an orchestra of the brothers reciting the prayers and blessings and cursings, the prayers and blessings and cursings in different forms, prayers I've never heard before, brother. Like I'm telling you, it was fire. Like it was, man. Acts chapter 2, verse 4. And they were all filled with the Hakodash and began to speak with other tongues as the Spirit gave them utterance. All right. And that's what I think about, man. And we could go into it, more. All right. Because as it goes into verse 8, how here we every man in our own tongue wherein we were born, and it goes into the different regions. But the fact that the brothers in the dreams, they all was reciting the same thing, and they were, it's like this, verse 6. Now, when this was noised abroad, the multitude came together and were confounded, because that every man heard them speaking his own language. And what's our own language? The Hebrew. So that was like this was, it was like happening again. The brothers here, and they like, hey, we're doing this in our own language, but they didn't need no cue. It's spiritual powers, man. And we're gonna see so many beautiful things, man. It's gonna be a pop, man. And I could say, just to witness that, and to witness other things, because through the Spirit, the Lord, I'm not a dreamer. Like, I'm not a dreamy kind of, like I can't remember the last, you might have a dream here, like something weird, like, you remember your time being somewhere at a family event or something, like every once in a while. Like, that's me. Like, I can have a dream maybe once every 5 or 6 months or something like that. Like, but over the past 2 or 3 weeks, I've had like 3 or 4 dreams of Jacob's trouble. And 2 of them, I can't fully remember. I remember in spirit, but I can't remember, to articulate. The third, I do remember. I was in a particular location, feeding the sheep. It was people that was flocking to a certain area. I can't remember much from it. And then the fourth one was last night or the night before, where the Lord basically teleported me into that room where those brothers were, and all hell was breaking loose. And also the spiritual power jump on all those brothers, and like, bro, the prayers was, the way that the prayers were being pushed and in unison and in sync. It's gonna be beautiful when we're in the kingdom, man. Oh, I tell you, man. Hey, Lord's will, man. More brothers will get to, have certain dreams, or like it. But hey, bro, to the brothers that belong warrior, hey, bro, continue to fight the good fight, brother. Continue to endure, bro. And that's for all of us, man. Hey, man. Baba Gasha, Baba Gasha, Baba Gasha, man. For all of us, man. Starting with our elders and apostles, man. But it was just beautiful to witness that, man. Um, and as the prayers and the blessings and cursings was going up, all hell was still breaking loose, but nothing was going on in that room, you know, in regards to the outside, breaking it, or, whatever. So, yeah, man, it was beautiful, man. But I'm going to go ahead and close it off there, man, because, the point is made, man. That was just a beautiful, dream, I had. And, brothers is going to be fluent in the Hebrew. Brothers is going to be invisible. It's going to be all types of beautiful things that we are going to see and also experience, So keep fighting, brothers, keep fighting, man, because we're really about to get into the thick of it, So Lord's will, use edified in closing. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rekakudash, double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful, like the house of David. Shalom.